this K-means algorithm. So K-means algorithm, it is a non-hierarchical algorithm, and we today will see also hierarchical or tree structure algorithm, that is called the agglomerative clustering. Okay, uh, so let me first write down this thing, like K-means things. So now K-means, or sometimes it is known as C-means. Okay, so now different C-means, several versions of K-means algorithms are available. So we'll see one such versions, which I'm going to explaining. Suppose we have a set that is S is equal to, you have uh, x1, x2, and you have xn. Okay, which is a subset of Rm. You have a set of elements in dimensional real space. So now that is a d. You have a distance between these two elements, x and y. We will have x, and you have y. Okay, it denotes the Euclidean distance. Okay, between x and y. Okay. ठीक है? So now the number of clusters will be given to, as you have already seen that you have a the satellite images you have already implemented. So now the number of clusters is known to you. Now the number of cluster k is known, where k is greater than is equal to, where k is your greater than is equal to 2. At least you need to have 2 clusters, and k will be the positive integer. Positive integer. Now you have to choose an epsilon. Now we have to choose epsilon greater than 0. Let epsilon greater than 0 be the chosen. So these are the things that is to be assumed. Now K-means algorithm. Now step 1, mathematically you have to choose k points. So how to choose k, that will be discussed afterwards. Now you have to choose k points. So what are those points? Now you can write it in in the form of y11 I11, and it is a vector of it is y11 and y12 and y1 k. Okay, this element of Rn. Now you have to choose k points. So this is called the seed points. This is called the seed points. Now how to choose k, that will be explained. Okay. Uh, Now step number 2. Step 2. Step 2, you need to form a clusters. The clusters is if I am taking is equal to x element of s and d distance of you have x comma x comma y 1 I. Y1 Okay, so dx1I is less than is equal to dx because I and j are the two different clusters. This is j. Okay, for all j provided for all j is not is equal to I. Okay, and I is running from 1 to C, and I is running from 1 to K. Okay, it means that, what does it mean? It means that if distance is minimum, then put it into ith cluster. Then put it into ith cluster. Now, if suppose if dx, now you are going to find this one seed point that you have been chosen. Now this seed point has been chosen. Now you have to take the points with the seed points x1 ij and x1 I mean x comma y1 I. It is just a mathematical notation. You need to just find the Euclidean distance. So which Euclidean distance is minimum among the sequence and the points under considerations. If distance is minimum, then you have to put it into the ith cluster. Now, if you find, if you may have some other things, if two distances, suppose you're going to find this one means 1 to 1, 1 to 2, 1 to 3. Okay, now if two distance is minimum, then arbitrarily then resolve the tiles arbitrarily or b. Okay, so now this I comma j. Now what is I comma j? Now I comma j, this I comma j means whether the distance, whether the distance is minimum to the distance. Okay. Now next step number 3. Step number 3 क्या है? Step number 3. Let y2i, let y2i is equal to mean of a to I, because you have to compute this mean. Y2 is equal to mean of a to I, where I is equal to 1, 2, 3, k. Okay, this is step number 3. Now step number 4. If compute this Euclidean, you just to compute this, there is a mean difference between the two sets of means that you have to compute. Now if you have to compute it, okay, y1i minus y2i, one I minus y2i, if it is less than is equal to sum epsilon. Okay, for all I is equal to 1 to k. Okay, that is you need to compute. So this is actually a two sets of means. In step 5. Okay, I mean not step 5. It's okay. Yeah. So you have to terminate it. This is called the termination criteria. That is the difference between the two sets of means less than is equal to epsilon. Then you stop the iteration. So now then you have to stop the algorithm. Then need to stop the algorithm with the output as yoga A2S. Okay. A2S. Okay, so that many, I mean, clusters that you have fine, where I is equal to 1 to k, where I is equal to 1 to k. If it is not, if it is, if this difference, mean difference between this, I mean, two sets, okay, if it is not less than a threshold, then otherwise you have to rename. You have to rename A2S. You have to rename A2S as A1S. Okay. And after doing the renaming, then you have to initialize. You have to initialize A2S to null set. Okay. Null set. Okay. Then you have to rename A2S. Then rename Y2S and Y1S. Y2S and Y1S, and go to step number 2. Okay. So this is the algorithm. So I today I already sent you. You can find one PDF file, because I have sent today some zip file. Okay, where you can get this algorithm for this K-means algorithm that is being written over there. And this is this thing. Now, what is epsilon? Epsilon is actually
Threshold.
this measure. Now, what is epsilon?
Threshold, sir.
No, actually, epsilon is actually the measure of accuracy. Okay, epsilon is the measure of accuracy, and you can take epsilon, is value, it is equal to 10 to the power minus, when you are going to start it, you can have like this, 10 to the power minus 3, or you can take 10 to the power minus 4. Okay. So now instead of taking with I mean starting with the seed points, so you can start with a partition and make a subset that equals to 2. Now how do you choose this C? So C means how do you choose this K points? So you can have on this heuristic way you can choose. Okay, so you have to choose these K points means seed points. So it is you have to apply your own notion, then you have to do your own heuristic way. Now these algorithms, a few remarks are there. Remarks is that this algorithm usually converge. Next is two different sets of initial seed points sometimes is two different final cluster. Okay. This algorithm next is, so it is 1, it is 2, it is 3. So this algorithm tries to implement from within clusters distance criteria. Okay, and the clusters obtained by this method follow the properties of clusters by minimum within cluster distance criteria. Okay. Next is we can start with a initial partition. We can start with an initial partition of the data set instead of seed points and develop the method. Okay. So one of the this algorithm is called the McQueen-Simmons K-means algorithm. Okay. So it is very popular. So this algorithm that we are going to use, that is called McQueen-K-means algorithm, and that is a you have to follow. So now McQueen's K-means algorithm, you have to follow the step 1 as mentioned before, then step 2 as mentioned before. Then I mean these are the same things. Only here you need to consider the difference between these two things. So these are the things that is a K-means algorithm. Okay. So now you have already implemented K-means algorithm on the satellite images, where satellite images that is you can choose k is equal to 3, k is equal to that is 4, 5, 7. Okay, and this maximum iteration that you can have 200. I mean, you have already seen that is, and you have to evaluate the performance of these things. Already Joyita explained to you the radius coefficient that you can see. So now this comes under this non-hierarchical clusters. Actually, whatever we are discussing, all are called the non-convex clusters. Okay, and Next is called, there we have this hierarchical cluster. HIERAR, hierarchical cluster. So in the hierarchical cluster, that is called the tree structure. It has got two parts. One, agglomerative, AGGLOMERATIVE. Next is called the divisive. Now, agglomerative clustering क्या है? In brief, in the agglomerative, so one assignment that you will get in the agglomerative clustering, that is you need to perform the dendrogram. So dendrogram is an important part in the clustering. We'll see how to draw the dendrogram. Now suppose if you have S is equal to x1 same points, okay. Now you have to do dissimilarity measurement. Dissimilarity measurement, that is D. Okay. Initially, how we are going to do this? Initially, we assume that we have n clusters. Okay. Initially, we assume that we have n clusters, where Ki that is Ki equal to this, okay, and I is equal to 1, 2, 8. Now for at each stage, two clusters are merged at each iteration. This is called the bottom-up approach. At each stage, two clusters are merged, okay, at each iteration. So that's why it is called the bottom-up approach. On the other hand, for the divisive clustering, that we assume initially that we have one cluster S at stage one of the existing cluster is chosen, and it is divided into clusters, that is n-1 stages. So it is called top down approach. Okay. So now that is very interesting things that we will see in the agglomerative clustering. Then you need to find very important things that we are going to discuss. That is a in agglomerative clustering. First stage. So what is it actually? So in the agglomerative clustering, you have three different type of clusters. That is called the single linkage, complete linkage, and average linkage. Okay, single linkage, complete linkage, and average linkage. So now, suppose in first stage you have suppose in the first stage you have n clusters. Second stage you have n minus 1 cluster. Now if you just go on, then for ith stage you have how many clusters? N minus I plus 1. Okay. Then if you just denote it, it will be by C1, C2. You have C1, then you have C2, N minus I plus 1. So now the computational complexity of this algorithm that if we just going to compute, that is you have to merge two clusters. Okay. Now you need to merge them up. So now merge these two clusters. As you know, that is in the agglomerative cluster is a bottom-up approach. Then you have to merge them two clusters, and you have to make it only single cluster. Now the merging can be done based on this in the equilibrium distance measures. Okay. Now if you are going to there is a this merge these two clusters, that is a CK and this is a CL. Okay, then you have to compute. So merge two clusters, now denoted by you have CK and you have L. If the distance matrix D is the equilibrium distance, D of CK comma CL if they are less than or equal to CK1 and CL1 for all that is 1 is less than or equal to K1 1 is less than or equal to K1 less than or equal to 1 is less than or equal to K1 less than L1 less than L1 and less than is equal to N minus I plus 1. Okay, now what is it actually? So actually this is it. Distance between CK and CL. Okay, now you have to compute the dissimilarity measurement. Dissimilarity measurement between, now you have a set S. You have a set S is equal to x1 to xn. Now D is a dissimilarity between this element. Okay, so D, so we are going to compute this is a small d, or you can capital D. This is called the dissimilarity between elements. Okay, now agglomerative clustering can be defined with these two things. Okay, now there's a three types of things, three types of distance that we, one is called the A, single linkage, or single nearest distance. Next, because you need to do this dissimilarity measurement. Single linkage you can apply complete linkage or average linkage. Complete linkage, that is called the complete farthest distance or complete linkage. Next, average distance or average linkage. Okay, so now what does it mean, single linkage? Suppose just explain to you, now explain one by one. Single linkage it is the distance between the closest members in two clusters. Distance between the closest member of the two clusters. Now mathematically you can write it in this way, like that is D1 that is for this single linkage D1, and if you have two clusters A comma B, now you can compute is equal to minimum distance, minimum of D x comma y. So where t is a dissimilarity measurement, you have to compute this minimum distance x comma y, where x is an element of A and y is an element of B. Okay, so this is a minimum distance that you have to compute. Now, how it is looks like. Suppose okay, so this is one cluster, and now this distance you can just identify this point.
Sir,
This point. Yes.
sir, are you painting something or sir? We can see actually.
I am painting. Means I am
No, sir.
using the image print.
No, sir, it's not visible.
Oh, it is not visible. Oh, wait.
No, sir.
Sorry. I need to share my entire screen. Okay.
Yes, sir.
Wait. Now is it visible?
Yes,
Yes,
sir,
sir.
visible.
Now it's visible.
Okay. Sorry. Actually, only yes. So now this is one cluster. So this is other cluster. So these are the points. So now the minimum distance means you have to take only that part. Okay. So this distance. So since whatever you have the minimum distance, then you have to take this is called the single. Based on this single linkage can be done like on the minimum distance. So now next is that when you have this complete linkage, it means that distance between the members that are farthest apart. Okay, this is called this is your complete linkage. Then here, which things that you need to apply? That is the same process you need to follow. It should be D2 AB max. Here you have to apply the max, not mean. Farthest term is there, so farthest apart. So this is called the complete linkage. So this is called the minimization of, or you have to take this. If we just go back to this thing, so if I am taking, this is the my point for this cluster which is farthest, and if I am going to mark it with some color, and it will just marking with this color. Okay, now we just draw it. Okay, so this is called the furthest apart. Okay. So now next is called, that is the average linkage. AVERAGE, average linkage. Average linkage means that it involves looking at the differences or pairs and averages all of these distances. It's called unweighted pair group mean average. Okay. Now how we are going to compute it? It will be D3 this is D3 AB equal to U1 AB plus by 2. Or you can write it in this way, or other book also you can be T4. There's another average distance that you can find out is equal to, that is it. You should write summation of, where is the summation? Yes, summation of, that is in what is less than B x is less than dxy. Okay, divided by, we have Euclidean norm of A into what? A into B. So you can also write in this way. So you can also compute before. So it based upon these things. So or sometimes you can compute so all are also under the discrete method. Okay. So if this is how it is. Okay. These are the things that you should. So basically, agglomerative clustering is single linkage, compared linkage, and average linkage. So now another important concept that today I will not discuss on. I just write it. Let's call it dendrogram. Because dendrogram, it is used that whether this clustering can be done properly or not. Okay, to check using the dendrogram also. If you have the dendrogram, then you cannot see the dendrogram. You can see yes, the clustering that you have done. You can verify it pictorially. This is a graphical illustrations of this is a cluster. Now, what is a dendrogram? Dendrogram means a tree structure which represent hierarchical which represent a hierarchical technique. Okay. In the endogram, you have a leaf. So leaf will denote the individual cluster, and root one cluster means after grouping. Okay, it means that a cluster at level 1 is the merger of its child cluster at level I plus 1. Now how it looks like. So you need to see this how it looks like. Now the dendrogram कैसे लगेगा दिखने में. Okay, so we say I'll try to make it. Suppose now suppose I'm giving this is F. Okay. Now now So this A. Now it is B. So all will be in the same level, huh? A, B, then C, D, A, E, F, all will be in the same level. Now next, we are going to have, I'm just giving this out. The diagram can be done. Because these star will be the same level, otherwise there will be problem. So actually it is in the same level of, okay. Should be E. So A, B, E, F will be the same level. Huh? Now next here, what we are going to do? Yeah, because these I am drawing, it should be the same level. Okay. Yes. Now you can just draw it here. Here. So this could be C, and this could be D. So not correct properly. Okay. As you can see that A, B, C, D all are the leaf. Now in the what you can do this A and B, you can have it is in. So based on their distance metric, A and B will be this merge them up. Then you can have only one clusters. Okay. Then you can have C and D. Okay. And C and D. Then C, D, and E will be one things. Okay. Then you have A, B, and C, D, and E. Then you will have these things. Now next you have the final things that. Okay, so this way that you can have. So it is a bottom-up approach. First, you have to merge them AB, then you have CD, then you have CD and E. So you have to take the equivalent distance. Whenever you are going to merge them CD and E, then you have to compute this the equivalent distance on C and E or D and E. Then next is you have this AB, then CD, then which one is minimum. So next week, next class, I'll explain to you with an example that how you can form a diagram. Okay. So that's all for today. So I'm just saving it and I'll share it with you. Problem. Page. And this I am having all these things that I need to share with you. Like I need to SVM example, all these sort of things that I'll just share with you so that you can go through it. Okay. So I hope that it's okay that for all of you. So we'll again meet on.
Excuse me, sir.
Yes.
Sir, can we please take 2 minutes of your time, apart from the subject matter?
Yes. Bolo.
Sir, actually, in the beginning, you told us that you are involved in training and placement, and everyone is anxious about placement this year, sir. So we wanted to ask a few things.
Uh-huh.
Sir, actually, on 15th February, a notification came that our exams will end by 31st July. Uh, and then later on 21st February, a notification came that they won't, they are suspending that notification, previous one. So the exams might be even later. Companies actually start coming by mid of July, we have heard, and good companies come in the beginning. So how it would be the scenario for our placement, sir?
No, it's actually that we have not been discussed with our training president. I mean head TNP. Okay, so obviously I'll take up these issues that you are telling me. So if it is delayed, so and this next year that we are going to choose or we are going to take this new placement coordinator and the secretary. The interviews are going on. Okay, then we'll see that actually it is not being decided because it is too early now because this year this 21 batches placements are still going on, so due to pandemic, so we cannot see we cannot observe that this like this we are trying best to get the things, but the process that you are telling that there is eligibility criteria that you have to I mean if your second semester will be over and with some minimum CGPA. Okay, but if your result is not declared, so it based on this your like our academic sections. Okay, whatever instruction is followed. But this still, so I'll discuss this issue with the head TNP. Okay, in next week probably when we'll meet on TNP, then I'll let you know in the next week. Okay.
Sir,
Okay,
I
sir.
have one
Thank you.
question, sir. Sir, may I know the difference between K-means and K-median, sir?
Oh yes. That is a very good question. That is a sometimes the important things is that mean is not always a good measure. Okay, mean actually need not to be a member of a particular set. Okay, and it is like this sensitive to the outliers, the mean. So now this mean is a drawback for the outliers in real life data because it is influenced by the outlier. So that is why what we could follow that instead of taking the if you take this mean as a seed points, then and if the mean point is being influenced by the outliers point, then there may be a chance that you could get a wrong clusters. So that is why what you can do, you can apply some median, or you can say the medoid. Now this instead of taking the mean, then you could take this median, and the generalization of the median is called this medoid algorithm. For this higher dimensional of data, we used to choose the medoid. Then we used to apply this k-medoid algorithm, not the k-means algorithm. So there is another things is there. There is a called fuzzy. There is a fuzzy Siemens algorithm is there, which follow the Siemens algorithm. So similarly, fuzzy C-medoid algorithm is also there. Okay. So that need to be discussed, or other things. Okay, but you just see that instead of taking this mean, you need to consider this. There is a median. Obviously, it is a good algorithm, and because if you find in your data set is a outliers is there, then you could just remove this. I mean, you just avoid this mean, so you can take this medoid also for the high dimension of this data. Okay.
Okay, sir. Thank you.
For the chill out process, it becomes a very long process. So can we use a ready-made function from sklearn, because otherwise the program does not
Yes.
complete.
Mm.
It is 512 into 512 square.
Yeah, it's fine, but if your data set is very small data sets, then it's fine. You can write a code. But if your image is too long, initially you could start with this by hard code. But if you understood the concept of this thing, then you can simply use this inbuilt
I
function.
tried doing that, it did not even execute anything.
Yes, you can use it.
So,
Uh, but ultimately you need to just measure. So there is there is a cellularity coefficients is an important measures to check. Like this in the clustering that you have seen, there's a sorry, in the classification, this in accuracy, like this precision recall, all other things is there. So similarly for the clustering, to how to I mean your cluster has been formed correctly or not. So these measures people are using.
Excuse me, sir.
Yes.
Sir, in my case, while calculating k-mediate, as the image dimension was 512, it is very long. So I took random points out of the clusters and calculate the k-mediate.
Yes, you
Instead
can
of
do it
it,
because look, actually the thing is that there is a several versions of k-means. Okay. So based on your things, this you can apply it. You can check it, but you can first apply the basic k-means algorithm. My advice to all of you that first apply the basic k-means, because basic k-means algorithm will generally converge, that I have checked. Because the assignment that you all are getting, okay, so because at the time, so I have implemented it, so that is why I am giving to you. So first, Aditya, you apply basic k-means algorithm, choosing the value of k is equal to 2, 3, 4. Then you gradually increase. If you feel any outliers points are there which is being influenced by your means, if your mean is being influenced by your outlier, then you try to apply it some other method. Obviously, that somebody has pointed out for this k method is very good algorithm when you feel some outlier in a high dimensional data. Then you can go for it. Okay.
And sir, one more thing. What is the relation between Charlotte coefficient and value of k? Because we have to draw a graph between coefficient and value of k. So as in my case, as the value of k increases, the coefficient, Charlotte coefficient also increase. So is that right?
We'll see in the next class. Okay.
Okay, sir.
Thank you.